My name's Chris Flynn. I'm the president of Eastern Model Car Club. We're down here at the 2018 Kennar Tyre EMCC state titles. Us as a club, we started out 12 months ago. We had, technically the track was laid flat in preparation for a full rebuild. Then we got the bad weather hit. Now we've, over Christmas time, with the help of a few very important people, in particular Savage Sam and Daniel Breitag, spent a lot of time down here getting the track ready along with Colin. Since then, as a club, we've been able to hold our first major race meeting, which was the Hobbyman EMCC Cup, which was in March this year. And since then, we've had a fair bit of club racing, which we race every fourth Sunday of the month. We're down here. Alternatively, every second Sunday, weather permitting and that sort of stuff. But just check our Facebook page just to confirm the updates there. Down here, we try and promote and encourage a family atmosphere, especially kids. We've got a few kids that come down and children, novice guys in particular. Pretty much run what you brung. That's the main thing, is come down, have some fun, a little bit of racing, a bit of banter, and get amongst it. We plan to introduce an outlaw class. This class is about just running what you bring, you know, whether it's all your Traxxas Slash or your rock races and all that sort of stuff. So it's in particular focused at people who have the toys, say over Christmas time, that sort of stuff, that need somewhere to come down and have a bit of fun on a track with like-minded people. Combined with our novice class that we generally have down here, most club days is usually 3 or 4 novice guys and kids, girls, down here having some fun also. So I'd like to say that a lot of our core members are EP guys, so the 1/8 scale EP. We do have a fair few Nitro races also, but predominantly our guys are a good core group of EP racers who don't take it too seriously, just like to come down and have some fun, and like I said before, a bit of banter on the stand.
So I'm Max Ricca. I'm here racing to this weekend the Victorian state title. I'm doing only buggy, Nitro buggy this time, just because of the tight schedule. It's easy to run only one class. Currently sitting second. I TQ a couple of rounds, went pretty well yesterday. Did some tire changing, some tire testing, just to see what's going to be working this afternoon for the finals. 45 minutes final, so it's going to be a pretty long one. That's why tires are very important in order to finish the race, especially on these kind of tracks. They are very polished. There is just that little bit of dust that is going to be very important to finish the race with actually some treads on. And everything is looking good for the final. We'll see how it ends. It's going to be close, very close between me and Cam, probably. And we'll see. The one that commits less mistakes actually is going to be the winner probably. Next is going to be 4 weeks of preparation, doing some more testing, seeing how things are looking for the words. We're testing trying some engines to decide which engine to bring to the words in 4 weeks, 5 weeks more or less. And we'll see how it goes there. It's going to be very, very different. It's going to be very difficult. There are going to be 200, 220 races there, and so it's going to be difficult. But we're going for having fun and having a good time with all my mates, especially for me, because as I've been racing for 15 years now, and I've been racing in Italy, in Spain, and so I'm going to have a good chance to catch up with all my mates from Europe and it's gonna be fun. I'm racing for Ernst Hobbies. I'm racing a Mugen, and with AK tires and Nitro fuel and OS engines. And the package is actually, I love it. It's probably the best package I ever had. Tires are bang on, the engine never miss a beat, and the car is just easy to drive. That's what you want in a final, because if it's too difficult to drive, you're gonna make some mistakes and you're gonna lose time, especially on this track that just clipping a corner, you lose 3 seconds. So easy car for the final is what you want.
Mainly the committee come down the last couple of weeks, and particularly last weekend we spent quite a lot of time just moving a bit of dirt around, fixing a few jumps, getting everything into tip-top shape, ready for the Victorian state titles, with races coming all the way from Sydney, Adelaide and Western Victoria. Hoping that they're going to get as good a track as they can, and I'm hoping that everybody agrees that the track has come up fantastic, as good as it's ever come up, since this is the largest event we have held here. Then hopefully we can get it up nearly as good in 4 weeks' time when we have the round 5 of the AKA Driver Series here at the end of October for our final large race of the year.
My name's David Stowart. I'm the Vice President of the Eastern Model Car Club here in Wanturna South. Basically a 1/8 Nitro electric club. Yeah, come here a couple of Sundays a month, yeah, and have a bit of fun, have some track time cutting laps. It's been generally bad actually, it's fairly, we've got a few pro drivers that are at the club, but most of us are here as fun. You know, we've got a core member base that are here for the love of RC and the hobby as a whole. It can all get a bit too professional and probably a bit too serious, so we like to take it easy and have a bit of a laugh. Club's 4 years old at this site, so it started as a basher club. That was just a little bit before my time, where a few of the core guys found some land out of Park Orchards, and they were running Traxxuses and, you know, the after R scene, finding skate parks and BMX tracks to have a crack at. About 4 years ago, then President Colin and Secretary Angelo found this land from Knox Council, which have leased it to us. And this is the second track build. So we had one that was here, that was for open general use, but now we maintain it and put a lot of time into the track to give constant racing track and a good time rather than it being blown out. We're finding that your everyday dad and son who want to get into the RC world are going along to hobby shops, speaking to local hobby shops. 90% of the kits they sell aren't actually race kits. That means that the development of clubs, I guess, and especially our club, will come from those juniors, those dads, that for Christmas buy a Traxxas, buy a Armour, buy a whatever brand they can. So we're going to do something called outlaw racing. And outlaw racing is going to be bring what you run what you brung class, limited 4S, and people get to have a timed, safe practice with marshals. The key thing for new learners is you spend more time on the lid than you do on your tyres, so why not have somebody pick it up for you? So that's what we're aiming for in the future.
How you going, guys? I'm Salmon. I'm 17 years old. I've been racing for about 6 years now. Today we're at EMCC, the Victorian state title for Nitro HL racing. I started getting into racing playing basketball and I broke my finger and I couldn't do any other hobbies. And Dad was like, why not get an RC? I'm like, yeah, it's a good idea. I went down to the local club and got almost my first race day in novice. And then from there took on, I won my first Australian national titles in 2014. And then I started getting sponsors from there. Last year, 2017, we had the world titles in China. It was a big experience and looking forward to the next one in this year, 2018 in Perth. The cars are Nitro. They go pretty quick, about 80 kilometers an hour. I drive for Team Associated. I'm factory sponsored by them, and Proline, which is tyres and really like servos and batteries. And then you got fuel. So I'm lucky I get sponsored by them and I get free products, which I'm very lucky. So I'm glad to travel with Dad and meet some new friends. They're like a family to us. I am a member of the club. I'm local from Melbourne. So we come out here probably every 2 weeks. If they have a club day on, we'll come do some testing. Well, the next big race is the world titles in Perth, which is November. So we've just been trying to get as much track time as possible, learn some more car setups, just do some testing and get ready for the world. First, I would like to thank all my sponsors. Team Associated for the cars, Reedy for the batteries and servos, Proline for the tyres, Nitro Lux for the fuel, OS Engines for the engine, and Plate Bearings for the bearings, and Hitachi for the drills and the equipment that I use on my car. And most importantly, Dad. Without Dad, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. He's a massive supporter, and without him, I wouldn't probably enjoy it as much. Yeah, he's a big asset to me.
Yep. The way we're headed, yep,
Hi, my name's Chris Pappas. We're here at the Kennards 1/8 Victorian State Championships here at the EMCC. Sam is the one that's racing. I'm purely the mechanic and he's pit man. We're here competing for the championship and in readiness for Sam's to contest it in the Worlds in November. 1/8 scale racing is a lot of fun and certainly a great opportunity for parents with their kids, in this case it's myself and my son, to spend a lot of time doing a lot of fun things. They're a lot more harder and intricate than one might see, and certainly there's a lot of work that goes in both in the background in terms of rebuilding the cars, fixing the cars and having them race ready. Sam and I are relatively new to the hobby. We've only been in it for about 3.5 years now, when we started like most people with a simple Evo out in the back streets, having a bit of fun, and now we've scaled up to driving Mugansiki cars with Red's engines, and Sam's actually a sponsored driver now here in Australia. When we bought Sam's first four-wheel battery operated car, he said to me, "Dad," he goes, "I'd like to race." And I said, "Well, that's fantastic. Where do we go?" "I don't know. Haven't done this before." So we went to our local hobby shop and spoke to the very friendly people at Hearns and Barmer RC, and they guided us into this arena. And now we travel Australia, we travel Victoria, and it's taken us everywhere, and that's how we started. So we went and bought the right gear, the right race gear. We couldn't drive what we had, and we wish we could. It would have been a lot cheaper for Dad. But essentially, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great journey.
Hi, I'm Sam. This is my Mugansiki MBX8. I've been racing for around 3 years roughly. With all cars we have certain things that we like and don't like. Tyre compound is one. I run AKA and fuel and engines. For fuel I run runner time, my go-to fuel, and my go-to engines will be the Reds. Lots of power, get your A to B really quickly. And as all cars, we have perishable items like bearings. That's why I go to Plague Bearings, one of the best bearings out there. I race 3 classes in 1/8 off-road. I race Truggy, Nitro Buggy and EP Buggy. I'm gonna say EP is really fun, but nothing can really beat the Nitro. Just the sound and all that, it's better. The weekend racing has been pretty interesting. Had a lot of ups and downs, but it's been pretty consistent. We've come into a lot of problems, but we fixed them easily through tune and setup. But yeah, it's just all a mind game. Right now, I think I am sitting, well, in Truggy, I'm sitting 3rd. Buggy, I think roughly 5th. And EP, I'm not running, only gonna run 2 classes. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Mugansiki, MMI, Reds, Plague Bearings, Runner Time, Barmer RC, Hearns Hobbies, AKA, I think that's it.
Oh no, we've had an incredible weekend. The weather was a bit harsh on Friday. Obviously Melbourne, rain. We were out there with blowers blowing off the water puddles. But then the track came up awesome yesterday. Hit a blue groove really early. The pro drivers got excited about that. We've had great compliments on that track. Some really tight racing. And congratulations to everybody involved. The committee and the winners all have done a great job and made it a fantastic weekend. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Kennard's Hire, who have really been great, looked after us, some prizes for the winners, and also the loan of the roller, the toilet, the generator. That's been fantastic. Hobbyman, Hearns Hobbies, great supporters of the club. Pretty much that wraps everybody up.
So if you have any sort of interest in coming down and joining in with us, certainly contact us through the page or email through the website or any of that sort of thing, and we'll respond as quickly as we can. Don't be afraid you're going to come down and get in the way of everyone else. We have many different levels of drivers and abilities and that sort of stuff, and we particularly do try and cater for the newer racer who just wants to go out and have some fun and cut some laps with a bit of a structure like on our fantastic track that we've got here. One thing I do want to point out is that we've got some fantastic sponsors on board, in particular Eastern Sleepers, and this event and previous track rebuilds with Kennard's Hire in Bayswater. Both those companies have been fantastic supporters of our club, and we do really appreciate everything that they've done for us in the past and in the future. If anyone would like some further information about our club and what we do down here, log on to our webpage, which is www.easternmodelcarclub.org, or search for us on Facebook, Eastern Model Car Club.